Welcome to another episode of For Dog's Sake. It's been a while since we've had an episode, so thank you for your patience. We've had to hire a new videographer, so this one's a little fancier. And speaking of fancy, look at Maxwell. Look at how fancy this dog is.
One of the fanciest Frenchie mixes we've had.
Yes.
Just sitting on his throne.
Yes, and honestly, we put him up here not thinking that he was going to stay very long, but it's been a couple minutes.
I think you just give him attention and he'll stay wherever you give him attention.
I love that. So what do we know about Maxwell?
Well, Maxwell is 7 years old. He was an owner surrender. He has been with us for a little over a month now. He did get returned during that month period because he is an only dog type of dog. So he would do best in a home where there aren't any other dogs. But besides that, he seems like a really great guy. He seems like he could get along with any type of family, really easy, treat motivated, little condensed guy. He was so small in his kennel.
Yeah, he can't be what, like 20 pounds, 25 pounds maybe?
Yeah. He was light to pick up.
Yes, very, very good point. Yeah, I think he's a little reactive to other dogs. So also that's a training moment too, to work with him when he sees another dog on a walk. There's ways to train them out of that. So you just got to work with them, but otherwise really good dog and seems potty trained as well. So
yeah, he went immediately as soon as you came into the yard. So I think he'd be a good dog for any family that wants to skip the puppy stage and is just ready to have like a couch potato.
Yes, absolutely. Who doesn't love a couch potato? Oh, did I hit
You
the spot?
found the spot.
I found the spot. Ooh, don't fall.
Don't fall, Maxwell, don't fall.
But he is an owner surrender. Today's topic is actually a lot about stray dogs and what to do when you are missing your pet. And I will, just kind of segue with our Frenchie here. We've been seeing more lost Frenchies into the shelter. Like this might not be one of them, but we are seeing more lost pets. We see lost pets. I mean, they come in every single day. We see about 45 to 60 lost pets every single day come into the shelter, which is a lot. I think a lot of people are shocked to hear that number. And again, with Frenchies being so popular, I think that's why we're seeing more Frenchies come in as well. This is a different scenario. Maxwell is his own king. He does his own thing. But speaking of lost dogs, there's a lot that people don't realize, and one of those things being that it can happen to anybody.
Right, and that's the thing, it's like you said, because we're seeing those lost Frenchies, they go pretty quickly. So I can't imagine Maxwell is gonna stay here very long, but the thought of your dog being lost and it being adopted out because it might not have the proper identification for us to reach out to you, is really heart shattering, because it's not Maxwell, but we've seen tons of Frenchies that are have the same personality as Maxwell, totally someone's dog that we know for sure it's someone's dog, but we can't connect them to their owner because they don't have the proper identification,
right.
Which is definitely why we're definitely talking about strays today.
Yeah, so the majority of lost pets that come in don't have any form of ID on them. They don't have a collar with an ID tag. They don't have a microchip or their license. It is the law in Maricopa County to license your pet, but a lot of pets just don't wear them. And when they don't have any of those things on them, how are we supposed to get a hold of the owner? So it's frustrating too, because I don't know if Maxwell came in with his collar. He likely did, but a lot of dogs will come in with a cute collar, but no tag associated with it.
And that's the thing. It's with the tag being so easily, perfect timing, Maxwell.
Yes.
With the tag being so easily detachable from a collar, that's why a microchip is so important.
Yes.
It's like an ID that will be there forever.
Yes, because a lot of times, the dog is running around, they got loose and they're running around the free world. Their collar might get stuck on something or the tag, something could fall off. Maybe someone picks them up and they take the collar off. There's so many things that can happen, but the microchip will always be there.
Right, it's both are super important. Both can be super helpful for connecting you back with your owner, but ideally having both would be great too.
Yes, absolutely.
I was gonna say, what a funny topic to talk about, because we just celebrated National Pet ID Week too.
Yeah, it is National Pet ID Week, and today, while we're filming this, at least it is Lost Dog Awareness Day too. So, and really, it's Lost Dog Awareness Day every day here at Maricopa County Animal Care and Control.
Truly, because we definitely do not stray from getting strays in the shelter.
I see what you did there. And I will also say, when you lose your pet, there's so many steps to take, and I think it can be overwhelming. which is why we're coming out with like some posts to at least break it down a little bit. But there's so many things to do, not even to mention the microchips and the tags. It's also what you need to do before you're able to come to the shelter.
Right. One of the first things, obviously, is to just search around your perimeter. A lot of the times they're, 1 mile away from where they went lost or missing. I believe the percentage was around 70% that they're like right there in that area. As dumb as it sounds, you never know. Just like look in like little crevices in your backyard and whatnot. If that doesn't work, then you move on to the next phase. And that's when it's going to be the search for sure.
Yeah. But they're always, I think, within a mile, which I think it's funny because when we do have a dog that comes in that does have a microchip and we are able to get a hold of the owner, a lot of the time we discover the dog was found like 4 houses down. So also same thing, if you find a dog, don't be afraid to knock on your neighbor's doors and see if they recognize the dog or if that is their dog. I was walking my dog Pico a couple months ago and I see 2 stray dogs just run right across us, and I'm in my neighborhood, and at first I have a little dog, so I had to like worry about like what's going to happen. Let's be safe, keep my dog safe. And it ended up being 3 dogs. One popped out of a different location, and these 3 stray dogs. And then I turn the corner and I see a house with their gate wide open.
That's the home.
Yeah, that's the home. And they had a collar on that had a cute little bow on it. So I'm like, okay, your owner loves you. Like, where is your owner? But they didn't have a tag. So I did knock on their door. Unfortunately, they didn't answer the door, but hopefully they found their way home.
Yes. Hopefully they were microchips too, because that's when exactly the microchip would come in handy.
Yeah, and also speaking of microchips too, I know we're kind of like ping-ponging. There's, again, so many things to do if your pet is missing.
Right.
It's Chip Your Pet Month in May. So it's always like, we always just want to remind people, like we can't stress it enough. I think a lot of people want to say like, my dog would never run away. It happens. It's a crime of opportunity for them.
Right, even to the best owners. You can do all the things that are right, but sometimes the universe is a weird plan.
Yeah, or you have someone in your backyard working and they forget to close the gate. A storm blows the gate open.
Accidents happen.
Yeah. I know one of my dogs, Smooch, like she loves to dart out the door. And so if I have an Amazon package I need to go get outside, like I got to put her outside in the backyard so I can safely open the front door. Right. There's so many things that can happen. But yeah, that microchip, and also keeping that information up to date on the microchip.
Right, because that's, like you said, if somebody finds a dog that's a stray, one of the best things they could do is take it to a vet to try to get it scanned for a microchip. That's if they don't see a collar.
Yeah.
And like keeping that information up to date is going to give that person the exact address and the phone number. That way they can even deliver the dog themselves. The dog doesn't even have to come here.
Yeah, that is really the goal too, because we get so many lost dogs in, like we would prefer they don't end up here at all. Like we would like them to find their owner right away and not have to come here. This is a stressful environment for most dogs, and we want their owner to find them easily too. And I'll say that too, like a lot of the dogs that come in here, the majority are lost pets. And I think I hear it all the time, like, oh, like was this dog owned? There's not a lot of random packs of wild dogs in Arizona. Most of these dogs had a home at some point.
Right.
But again, without any form of ID, how are we supposed to find the owner? And sadly, I believe our RTO rates, or return to owner rate, that is only about 13%. So 13% of lost pets are returned to their owner. And that's a number of factors play into that, but it is sad.
And that's why we're speaking on the facts and like the helpful tips today, is to try to get that percentage up. So hopefully like these tips will help you guys reconnect with your dog even faster and raise that RTO. So like you said, the next step in the phase after like maybe you scanned for a microchip or whatnot, or maybe the dog doesn't have one, the next thing would be to use the power of social media, I would say. And then that, or maybe come to the shelter immediately too.
Yeah,
I think those two are the best two like immediate options.
Yeah, I agree, because social media can really be your best friend in that sense. Post on there's Lost Dogs of Arizona. There's so many different Facebook groups. Straydar, of course, is the big one. Post on there. Post the cross streets where they were last seen. In a clear photo of the dog, too. A lot of people forget to post that, surprisingly. And it could just be the stress of the whole situation, but a clear photo of the dog, what their name is.
He wanted to be back on his throne.
Yes. Welcome back, Maxwell, our co-host. And post, maybe, I know my dog Pico, he is terrified of strangers, so I would probably include like, don't chase him.
Right.
Let him come to you, and maybe add those tips as well. And then also next door.
Next door, yep,
Next
that's
door is a
exactly.
big one. Post in your neighborhood. I see a lot of dogs posted in my neighborhood of lost pets, and a lot of people, that's where they find their dogs too. So definitely the power of social media, and then coming to the shelter. No matter if you've already done all those things, don't just wait for them to work, come to the shelter.
Right, and that could be this one right here in East or the one in Phoenix too. We take
Yes.
strays at both locations.
Yes, and you can walk through all of the dogs just to get a good scan in to see for yourself, but also speak with our lost and found specialists, because they're going to make sure you followed all the other steps too, and make sure that you're set up for success to find your pet. And then they're going to also keep a close eye on too, okay, this person came in looking for their lost pet, and they're going to remember, okay, this dog that came in looks a lot like this dog that's been missing. And it's amazing. They're matchmakers, and it's magic.
Right, our staff is great help. They're here to help you, and so is our website.
Yes.
Because after all that, you can also go to our website and look at Petco Love Lost, and that's going to be a huge tool to be able to try to reconnect with your dog as well.
Yeah, Petco Love Lost, we started partnering with them. Has it already been almost 2 years?
I think so.
I think it's
Time
2 years
flies.
now.
Yeah.
So they are a database that everyone in Arizona is using right now. Arizona Humane Society uses them as well. I believe Pinal County uses them, and Pima. And that's where all lost dogs are reported to. So even if you file the report through us, it's going to go into Petco Love Lost. And what's cool about Petco Love Lost is they have that facial recognition tool. So if you post, if Maxwell was a lost dog, you post his photo, he's very unique looking. It is going to search their whole database of lost dogs and find your dog if whoever found the dog reported it found via Petco Love Lost.
Right.
So it's really a kind of a team effort sometimes too.
Right, so if you find one, that's another website and a helpful tool to be able to post a stray dog, so that way it doesn't come here as well.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you could connect with the owner on Petco Love Lost as well too.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say, it's just crazy to think about too that Petco Love Lost is used everywhere, because I've even heard of people reconnecting with their dog in a different state as well, because it's used universally all over the US.
Yeah, and they also have a cool map tool as well. So if your pet was reported missing here, and then someone also reported a found pet missing over there, there's a whole map of the valley that you can scan.
Right.
Which is really cool too. And I also want to plug DocuPet. So that's our licensing partner. So again, the law in Maricopa County to license your pet, and there's so many perks to that. It's not just a license, fee. I will say the fees that you do pay for your license, which is $19 if they're already altered, that goes directly back to the animals in our shelter. So that's a perk. But also, the biggest perk, in my opinion, is my DocuPet account has my dog's information. It has a good photo of them. It has their birth date, their age, their weight, everything, and then my contact information. And if my dog Pico, God forbid, ever became lost, I'll just go onto Petco and click my pet is missing, and then it'll give me an option of how much information of my contact information do I want to give. So, okay, my phone number, my email address, and then if someone were to find that and again report it to DocuPet, it's going to match us there as well. So DocuPet, that's just another tool. I guess the big thing is to know is that if you do lose your pet, there is so many options.
And that just goes back to the value of licensing, IDing your pet.
Yeah.
DocuPet is also such a big deal too. With it being on your collar, it's gonna help so much.
Yeah, and the collar has that little code on it, and it has a little thing. Sorry, shelter noises are around us. I'm not sure if anybody can hear it. The tag has your individual number, your ID, and then under it says, "Did you find me?" And then it gives them the instructions on the tag to go to DocuPet and report it missing. And then chances are they call that, and then I get pinged immediately via DocuPet.
That's awesome.
So it's a really cool tool.
Like you said, our IDs start around $19 for an ID, and then our microchips are around $25. So it's two little completely tiny tools that cost very little are going to be so key and helpful to reconnect you with your dog.
Because I think it's priceless to also just be reconnected with your dog, because I would spend so much money, I think,
Oh
to
my
get my
gosh.
dog back if they went missing.
No,
So
literally, like I'll alert the FBI if I
Yeah.
ever lose my dog, like I'm paying whatever. So yeah, it could be very little instead. It's
Yeah.
priceless, obviously, to us, but why pay a ton of money when you
Yes.
could just pay so little?
yeah, exactly. I would also say like just some steps to do around the house too if your pet is missing. You know, again, wander your neighborhood. I think some other tips were like leave some food out for them maybe.
Yes. Yeah, ideally like where you think they might have went missing because they'll come back to that same spot as
Yeah.
well.
And don't give up either.
Right.
You know, there are people that still comment on our Facebook or Instagram saying, oh, I lost my dog a year ago and this looks a lot like my dog. And, you know, there's so many times that dogs get scooped up on the street and maybe whoever found them didn't know what to do and then they ended up just keeping the dog. And then it turns up as stray again and then it's here. I mean, we've had people get reunited with their pet after it was missing for 5 years.
Right. It's never a no. You
Yeah.
just got to keep trying. Don't give up.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I was going to say another useful random tool I remember was, I believe it's the Nextdoor app. Anyone can download it, even if you're not the Nextdoor app, the Ring
Ring app.
the Ring app, the Ring app. Thank you. Anyone can download the Ring app, even if you don't have the Ring like utility tool on your door. You'd be surprised that you'll just see it wandering in the neighborhood, the dog. So it's definitely good to like look at it and maybe see what the other cameras are catching if you don't have one.
Yeah.
Just any other useful tool that you could think of to try to connect with your dog.
Yeah, with today's technology, it really is like possible to find your missing pet.
Truly.
And again, it can happen to anybody. I think the stat is 1 in 3 dogs can go missing in their
Right.
lifetime. So it can happen. Just be aware that it can happen and take all those precautions just in case the inevitable does. I have my license on my dogs at all times and their microchips, and I can honestly say it is kind of a relief too, or like a weight off my shoulders. Of course, I don't ever want them to go missing, but just knowing that they are microchipped and knowing that they do have their tag on, I at least know I have a pretty good chance of getting them back if they were to ever get out.
Yeah.
And it's a weight off your shoulders.
Complete comfort in the back of your mind.
Yeah, and there was a time, I will say, I had Smooch was getting a new collar, and because her other one started stinking, let's be honest here. It smelled really bad. So I'm like, okay, I gotta get rid of this collar, get her a new one, and I had to put her ID tag on the other, and no one likes playing with the key rings.
Oh, the worst.
Yeah, it's the worst, right? So I was delaying, I was procrastinating on that. So it was maybe like a week that I like never did that. And I was a little stressed because she is the one that she's the door dasher. Like she is just like a free as a bird and she just wants to run.
From what I've seen, she's go, go, go.
She is go, go, go. And I was a little stressed because I'm like, what am I gonna say when my dog is missing? I'm like, oh, well, she doesn't have her collar on because I was cleaning the other one. And like, you know, we hear that a lot, like, oh, we just took the collar off. We just did that. Or like, we were taking a bath, so we took the collar off. And we hear that all the time, and I'm like, I see why. Like,
right.
Because
it could happen to the experts. Like, literally.
like,
literally.
And it was a little stressful. Once I put her new collar on with her ID tag, I'm like, okay, like, we're safer now.
Right.
Because I think just going for anybody that finds a missing pet, if you see a missing pet and it doesn't have a collar on, it doesn't mean they don't have a microchip. But I think a lot of people assume
oh, it's a stray.
It's just
no
a
one's.
stray.
No, yeah.
It's almost always someone's dog.
Right.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, too, we're always here to help you. Like, please come to the shelter. Our team will help you. Go to our website. That's where you'll find the Petco Love Loss tool. We're always here to answer questions, and you're not alone.
Yes. Yeah. When in doubt, go to Maricopa.Gov/pets, or come down to our shelter, and we'll walk you through everything.
Right. And like you said, never give up. Just because maybe you didn't see it the one day, constantly check our website. Yeah. Maybe you might see it when it gets put up for adoption. We want you to beat that adoption. Just come down here and get your dog.
Yes. Oh my God, we forgot to say the most important thing. If your dog is not wearing an ID or doesn't have a microchip, they only get a 72-hour stray hold.
Yes.
If they do have either one of those, they get a minimum of 5 days. And we're gonna do everything to contact you. We're gonna send a carrier pigeon if we have to.
Right.
So we send letters still. We send letters, we'll knock on your door, we'll call you, email you. Like, we'll do everything to get a hold of you if they have some form of ID. But that's a minimum of 5-day hold versus a 3-day hold. So that alone is everything. Because what if you're out of town?
Right.
You know, there's so many factors.
And there's so many stories of that too. People go on
Yeah.
a vacation and that's when it happens. So it's
Yep.
like you having that idea is going to secure more days for you to really get that cushion of finding that pet.
Yes. All right, Maxwell, are we done?
I think he's done.
He's done?
Oh, yeah, he came to
he's
say his
back.
final
He's
goodbyes.
back. All right, Maxwell is available for adoption at our East Shelter, and we will see you for the next episode of For Dog's Sake.